facing the police every single day.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. Was there an older guy that worked here?
What?
Was there an older guy that worked here?
Older guy?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I thought I saw the older guy here the other day.
with white hair, big guy?
Yeah.
Tommy?
Yeah. Is he in or?
What'd you need?
I don't know. I know Chris, and I heard what he mentioned to Chris the other day. Do you remember Chris? Big guy, biker. Anyways, he was mentioning to you guys that the sheriff it'll have an illegal gun list.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was just gonna show him that.
Yeah, Chris already printed all that stuff out and brought it in here.
Okay, so he looked at it and he said that. Yeah, go ahead.
You got it?
Okay, so you already seen some of his stuff.
Yes.
Did you guys read the statute yet?
Yes.
All right, so you did see the two parts where it says that they're only supposed to get the manufacturer number. Did he show you that one?
I didn't look at all of it. They did.
Right.
Why? What's wrong?
That's the one from Sarasota. That's for 1 month. I have 9 pages, 120 names.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask him who actually told him that they don't have a list. Does he know the guy's name or?
I don't know, but that's not information that he can really give out to the public.
Right.
That's not what we're here for. We can't give legal.
Oh no, I agree.
We can't give legal information
right.
like that.
I agree. But if this is like a fresh list, that's a bad thing, right?
First of all, I don't know how they would have a list because they're not given any information other than whether you purchase a handgun or a long gun.
Right.
So there's no way for them to actually have a list.
From what I've heard, they're getting it from. Have you heard of the pawnbroker's website?
Uh-huh.
So if somebody sells a gun to you, you at least got to post it on that, right? On the pawnbroker site.
It depends. It depends
right.
on the situation. It depends on the shop.
Right.
Again, that's a legal issue that I'm not
right.
allowed to speak about.
Right.
And he's not either. He's not going to tell you anything either.
All right. Would he like? Would the white hair guy like to see this one? I mean, this is like the latest.
He's the one that looked at all of the stuff that Chris brought in.
I don't think Chris had this one though.
I don't know.
Right. Okay, so
Tommy's not here.
Right.
Tommy's not going to talk about it either way. Either.
Oh.
No, we cannot. That's legal stuff that we cannot discuss with anybody.
Right.
That's not up to us to discuss.
Can
If you want to get information, then you
Right.
can call an attorney. You can
Right.
call the
Right.
Department of Agriculture. You can call the FDLE. But we can't.
No, I know.
discuss
Okay.
things
Okay.
like
How about
that.
this? What's your opinion? Do you think it's right or wrong if they're getting this?
I'm not going to give my opinion.
Right. That's weird, man. The other day, I mean, you guys were having a great conversation, and now we can't talk at all.
But there's a second person that's coming in here asking about the same thing. You're the second person that's come here that has a camera on the front of you. I don't
Right.
feel comfortable with that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I just don't.
bummer. Why
I
do
know better.
Do the police shop here?
Huh?
Do the cops shop here?
What do you mean shop here?
Do you have any deputies that shop here? And police?
They shop at all of the stores.
Right. All right. Well, that sucks. I don't. You talked to him. I thought you guys maybe would like more information, but so I can't ask him or show him the new list.
He's more than welcome to look at it, but he's not going to talk to you about any of it.
Sir, is it all right if I at least show you this list that he didn't have the other day? This one actually came from Sarasota. This is just a month old. This is 1 page, of 9 of 120 names. All these people did was sell a gun and pawn a gun. The Sarasota sheriff gave me this and on records arrest.
Why did they give it to you?
Under sunshine law, I can ask, and apparently somebody was on medical marijuana that day because they gave it to me. The sheriff literally threatened me just because I have this, even though once he gives it out, it's free for all.
Well, this is all pawn, right?
Well, actually, this is how it relates to the shop. We're just trying to let you guys know that they do have a list. Okay, he already gave you some of these documents that prove it, because he's on the sheriff's list over here. But after we found out he's on their list, we found out Sarasota's doing it. Almost all the sheriffs are doing it. It's so that, as you saw in 7090, they're only supposed to get the serial number and the gun, and somehow they're bypassing it and they're getting it all. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? All the info. So we just wanted to make you guys aware of it. That's all. And if you think do you think it's wrong?
They're not supposed to be doing it. Period.
That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you very much. I agree. They're not. It's a third-degree felony, $5 million fine, and you can sue them. Because in some of that stuff you saw from Chris, it literally talks about profiling. That's insane. Just because you freaking sold a gun or pawned a gun doesn't make you a criminal, correct?
No, not at all.
And this is how it relates to your shop. A lot of regular gun shops like this, if we sell a gun to you, you guys have to, I guess, put it on the pawn web, from what we've heard?
Yes, unless you have the original receipt or you bought it here.
I did not know that. Very good.
Yeah, if you have the original receipt.
Right.
Which nobody rarely does.
Right.
Or you bought it here.
What about the other fun fact that we heard about? Is it true if you buy too many handguns too quickly in a 7-day period, do you have to by law tell the cops? Or ATF, whatever. Somebody told us that.
Who? Okay, us. Who's us?
Another gun shop.
Well, here's my question. Who are you working for that you need all of this information from?
I'm a local watchdog guy. This is 790. I guess you said you already read it. But yeah, that's just one month. This is one of 9 pages, 120 people. There's so much information there. I can call. I've already called them.
And these are all pawn reports.
All they did was pawn a gun or sell a gun. Have you ever heard of the lawyer Eric Friday from Tallahassee, the best gun lawyer in when he when he heard, especially the people that pawn, they didn't even freaking sell it. All they did was pawn it. Why are they a criminal?
Well, that's a pawn report.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
there is a website for us.
Yes.
Did
you see this part of 790? Only the manufacturer and the serial number. It says it twice in this statute. They're not supposed to get the name. They're only supposed to get the manufacturer and the serial number. By the way, do you know who wrote this statute?
No.
Lindsey Harrington. He's 15 minutes away from here. He's a state rep. Do you know who wrote it with them?
Nope.
You ever heard of Marianne Hammer with the NRA?
Yeah.
She wrote this.
Second-hand dealers and pawnbrokers may electronically submit limited firearm records solely of the manufacturer and caliber of pawned or purchased firearms to a third-party private parties exclusively incorporated, exclusively owned, and exclusively operated in the United States that restricts access.
So we don't know how they're bypassing that. But as you see, they're clearly bypassing it.
I don't know what would give them.
Can I show you one more spot? They wrote it twice just to make sure they can't say they missed it. They wrote it again. Right there. Twice. So when I told Lindsey Harrington that we found this information a month ago, it started with Chris at the Charlotte County. He flipped out.
So basically, this list should exist. However, it shouldn't have name.
Yes.
Date.
Yes.
That's what that statute is.
There is so much information here. I can go into paid white pages premium. I can half these people are answering the phone. Because in the statute it says they have redress, they have the right to sue because you're being illegally profiled. Look what that says. Link analysis. They're fucking profiling, man. And all they did was sell a gun and pawn a gun. Oh, you know what's funny too?
Pawn an M4 carbine.
There was a cop in here too. That was funny.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
And just because it says the pawn report.
Correct.
I don't know if they're pulling that from another website, another agency.
No, this is from pawnbrokers, and like we said, we're trying to figure out how they're getting passed. How they're getting passed, because on the gun issue, they're only supposed to get the the gun and the serial number. Somehow they're bypassing. Oh man, they're getting it all. Guess what? I believe it's Henry County sent me one, completely unredacted. You know how much information? I mean, height, weight. Florida driver's license, everything was on it. It was crazy. Guess what? They won't respond to me anymore. And by the way, I want you to know we're for cops. We know we need cops, but just not bad cops. And when Sarasota Tom Knight found out I had this, he freaking literally threatened me. Unbelievable. And it was them that gave it to me. And he's the one that illegally has it.
Yeah, if you did a sunshine request.
Yes. Yeah, do you ever try it? It's awesome. Love it. You can investigate the investigators.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm just a local watchdog. I was the guy that was in the newspaper a while back with the City Hall thing on the front page where they illegally kicked me out just for asking for a records request. You remember that?
No.
Okay, whatever. I'm that guy. I'm one of the local watchdogs. We do investigations through records requests. So I just wanted to stop in to let you know it's real. Here's one example.
Yeah, and Tommy's probably the one you spoke to.
Do you want to?
We were asking about it.
Should we copy this one so he can see that it's real? I mean, this is how up to date is this? 1 month old.
I'll just show it. I'll just tell it to him. That's because what we were asking is we actually had a discussion. We had a guy that was asking if there was any types of lists here.
Right.
No, there shouldn't be. And we had actually had a question. If you're pulled over,
yes.
Can they tell if you have a concealed weapons permit?
I heard about that. And they're not supposed to, but I heard they are.
Well, they're not supposed to unless they have a signed warrant. If they have
Interesting.
That
is true.
Warrant,
if you're guilty of something,
right,
that is true.
That's information the cops need.
That is true.
For sure. But from what we've asked, we have a lot of local police officers that come in.
Correct.
And he says, I've never had it come up on my computer. And he actually called his watch commander, and the watch commander said, no, not unless it's special circumstances where we have a signed warrant.
Right.
That, no, it doesn't come up in their computers.
Can I make a comment on that? I heard about a year to 2 years ago, they changed the drop-down menu because we found out about the drop-down menu and all the stuff that was on it. It was outrageous. Did you know on that drop-down menu, if you have a sticker that says anything against government, you believe in freedom and the Constitution, you're a sovereign citizen. Do cops like sovereign citizens? That's not a sovereign citizen, but they're calling you one. Have you heard anything about the sovereign citizen stuff? Yeah, if they call you a sovereign citizen, they basically treat you like a criminal. I mean, they'll literally come up to the car with their hand on the gun because you might kill, which is insane. That's not true. But we heard they changed it about 2 years ago because we found out about it, and then they changed the system. So I'm just letting you know about that.
It's possible.
Right. By the way, since I'm here, I am going to Florida Carry's Open Carry in Ocala. It's coming up. I'm a Nike shorts guy. Do you have, what would I do, a holster like that, or do you still got the old style straps all the way around like the Nazis had where you can put a gun in?
You can get belt holsters. Most of your holsters nowadays are fairly simple.
Right.
You've got a whole wall of them.
Right.
And most of your outside, the waistband type.
Right. They'll stay up with light Nikes. I have light Nike shorts. That's.
Do you wear a belt with them or no?
No, I'm from Michigan and I enjoy this weather, man.
Actually, a really cool option.
Did you ever go to one of their open carry things? Concealment hole, and it would go in the
It
waistband?
would go inside your waistband.
Right. Do you get you get the point of the open carry thing though?
I would prefer open carry.
Yes. Okay, so that's why they're doing it, because as you know, if we're going fishing or hunting, we can do
Yes.
open carry. So that's
Well,
come.
they're suing the hell out of Miami for that right now.
Guess who's going to be at Ocala? That is Eric Friday that just filed the lawsuit.
Yeah, and good because
That okay? Can I give you one more piece of insider information? I was the one that turned Eric onto that drop-down menu with all the bullshit that they're putting in there. Guess what he found out is on those guys? A shitload of drop-down. That's why the cops, when they pulled up, acted like they're terrorists, because guess what? There was a bunch of crap on the drop-down. As you know, you're supposed to have redress, dude. You can't just freaking name somebody something, right?
Right.
And you saw what they did in the video. It was outrageous.
Well, what are they doing with the medical marijuana cards?
I'd be smoking if I could still buy a gun. But as you know, if you
How
got,
is that not a HIPAA violation?
ooh, that's a very good point. Very, very good point. In fact, I clean houses. One of my customers just went to the Fort Myers True Leave. She said now that's smokable, and that's the only one that's got it right now near here. She said the store was packed because.
Sure. We've seen it kick off in other states.
Correct.
I mean, I couldn't do it if I wanted to.
Right.
Because I'm also a charter captain, and I'm
Okay. Right.
I'm on a random drug test for that.
Right. Right.
Not that I have any need for it
Right.
or want for it, but we have a lot of people that do.
Correct.
And
A drug is
all the radio ads you hear that it's perfectly private. It doesn't kick over to the state.
Right.
But then you have the state
Correct.
threatening. They've already done it in Pennsylvania.
There
if
you
get
go,
a
man.
medical marijuana card, you can kiss your concealed carry license goodbye.
And this is what's sad.
And why is that not a HIPAA violation?
And this is what's sad. Who is the biggest drug dealer in town?
The pharmacies.
Thank you. Doctors can sell you freaking heroin in a
Yes.
pill, man, and it's pure.
Yes.
They're the ones that created fentanyl. Did you hear they're making another drug that's worse than fentanyl? Did you hear the company that made the opiate just got sued by a state? Did you hear how much?
No.
$250 million. But guess how much they made off of it since they created the opiates? $20 billion.
Yeah.
So yes, I totally hear what you're saying. How is it that I can be on opiates, but I can't touch weed?
Yes.
And I used to partake. Weed is much better than, I never did opiates, but crystal. Anyways, whatever.
Well, sure. Back in the 60s and 70s,
Why, how old are you?
I'm 44.
I'm 53. I was at Grand Rapids, Michigan. I sold pot, smoked pot in school, and it wasn't a big deal. You know what happens now?
Yeah.
You know what happens in Stark County, right? One joint, you go to jail.
Yeah.
Is that feasible? Is that worth the money for a one joint?
No.
Yeah, correct. So
And the funny part is that all the politicians that are holding it back are all the ones that were smoking it in the 60s.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely, it is sad. And like I admitted to you, dude, I was smoking it and selling it in small time in high school. It wasn't a big deal. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay, wasn't a big deal. Now it's like everything's illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I remember growing up with some freedom. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad they're suing the guys down in Miami.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
they're doing that.
Yeah, so tell your friends I am going to personally meet. I've known Eric for 6 years on the phone because I'm a watchdog. I've never met him. I'm going to meet him in person. If you, tell anybody that can go to go. They're going to have a picnic at Ocala. Okay, it's next weekend, and they're going to do open carry fishing. They've done it multiple times,
Yeah,
so the cops are ready. Hopefully they're
all
not
over the
stupid. Yeah. Well, but as you saw what happened in Miami, they got stupid.
And I don't understand why, because they sent a letter.
They
to
did.
the
They told them
sheriff
ahead of
telling
time.
them they were going to do it.
Correct.
Even if the sheriff didn't have the knowledge of the laws, he had ample opportunity to educate himself.
Yes, they sat there trying to tell him, please look at the statute. It's right there.
Oh, it's too late. When you're being arrested, it's too late.
Yes, correct.
I mean, the worst thing you could do when you're arrested is tell the cop he's wrong.
That is
The
true.
second worst thing that you can do is prove it.
That is true. Because then they'll try to find. Well, they did try to find something else, right? They had them for 2 hours. I think I heard.
I think it was something like that. It was
Correct.
2 hours before they were let go, but I don't know the specifics of it.
Correct.
But,
Why does she know that story? What they did to the Miami
I
people?
don't know.
So yes, he's right up my alley. He knows I'm doing the right thing, man. Big time. Big time. So I just wanted you guys to know a little bit more. Now you can tell him you've
Yeah, I'll
seen
let
it.
Tommy see it.
Can I give you my card in case,
Yeah, sure.
you know, email me if you want a copy. Which pocket is it? Are you guys ever going to start selling these bags? This is my favorite bag. But the ones off of Amazon suck balls.
They
Made in
hardly
China.
sell.
They don't sell. I have
Seriously?
it every year.
Yeah, they rarely sell.
Wow. This sucks.
I had one and I never used it. The only time I ever used it was when I was wade fishing.
I use it all the time. I love it. There's so many pockets I get to categorize.
That's why I liked it for wade fishing.
What do you know why else I like it? I have Nike shorts on. Guess what? Conceal carry.
Yes.
There you go. Anyways, all right. Thanks for helping out, man.
thank you.
Yeah, let them know you actually saw the real deal list.
Yeah, we'll
All right.
let 'em know.
Thanks. Hey, Sheriff County, this is Sheriff County Copwatch. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.